Welcome to the deep dive. Really glad you could join us today. We're going to be peeling back the layers on something pretty important, which UK industries are really searching for skilled migrants right now. We'll focus mainly on IT, healthcare, and finance for 2025. The idea is to give you a clear shortcut, cut through the noise and get you informed. Okay, let's unpack this.
Absolutely. It's a key issue. The UK definitely has noticeable skill gaps in some really vital sectors right now. And the government's trying to address this strategically. You've got things like the refined skilled worker visa route, that's the main way professionals come here to work, and also the immigration salary list, which kind of flags up the jobs where shortages are critical. It often makes the visa process a bit smoother for those roles. It's all geared towards attracting talent, boosting the economy, driving innovation.
Right, so the stage is set. Let's dive into IT. First, we hear all the time, it's booming over here. But here's where it gets really interesting for me. What's specifically UK about this demand? Is it different from global tech trends? Are we talking big established companies or like dynamic new startups driving the need?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's actually quite a mix. So obviously there's a baseline demand, software developers, cybersecurity folks, cloud computing, data science, that's global. But in the UK specifically, we're seeing a real push for skills in, say, ethical AI development, partly driven by new regulations. There's also a noticeable demand for Rust developers, often linked to the UK's interest in blockchain, especially within fintech. And with cloud, it's not just AWS or Azure anymore. Companies are really looking for architects who get multi-cloud setups, integration that's highly sought after. And yes, lots of UK companies, big and small, startups included, are definitely sponsoring visas, especially if the role's on that immigration salary list.
That's really specific, thank you. Very helpful for IT. Okay, so technology evolves, but some needs are fundamental, right? Like healthcare. Demand there seems persistently high, especially within the NHS, the National Health Service. What are the key things skilled migrants need to know here, particularly with recent policy shifts?
You're right. The healthcare sector, well, it definitely faces ongoing shortages. Huge demand for nurses, doctors, paramedics, and also, crucially, social care workers. Now, the health and care worker visa is still there, offering benefits like lower fees, faster processing times. But this raises an important question. Potential applicants really need to be aware of the changes that came in April 2025. The minimum salary threshold for many on this route went up to £25,000. And maybe more significantly, there's now a requirement for care providers for many roles to prove they tried recruiting within the UK first before looking internationally. So the aim is prioritizing local workers, which, makes it potentially more competitive for international applicants in some of those care roles.
Right, those April 2025 changes sound quite significant for healthcare hopefuls. Definitely something to watch. Okay, so from looking after health, let's pivot to the economy's engine room finance. The UK, especially London, is a massive global player here. What's fascinating here is how that leadership translates into actual opportunities for skilled migrants on the ground.
Well, the UK certainly maintains its status as a global financial hub. You got the traditional areas, sure, investment banking, accounting, risk management. They're still important. But the real buzz, the growth, is increasingly in areas like RegTech, that's regulatory technology, combining finance know-how with compliance tech. And also the green finance sector is really taking off as London aims to lead in sustainable investment. So this means specific roles are really hot right now. Financial analysts who understand ESG, environmental, social, governance factors, risk specialists, particularly in cyber financial crime, also experts in blockchain for payments, digital systems, they're very much in demand. And it's worth remembering, major players like Amazon UK, Deloitte, even the NHS and its finance functions, PwC, they all actively sponsor skilled worker visas in finance fields.
Okay, that paints a really clear picture across the three sectors. So, pulling it all together, what does all this mean? If someone listening is a skilled professional considering a move to the UK right now, what's your sort of essential final piece of advice?
I'd say the absolute key is really thorough preparation. Do your homework. Research the specific requirements for your sector for the exact role you want. Check if your qualifications match UK standards. Sometimes you need UK accreditation. That's important. Networking proactively can make a huge difference. Try to connect with people in your field here in the UK even before you move. And maybe most importantly, keep a really close eye on the immigration policies. They do change. Staying informed is probably your biggest advantage.
Fantastic insights. That really helps make sense of a complex picture. Thank you so much for walking us through that. And a big thank you to you, our listener, for tuning in to the deep dive. As we wrap up, maybe something to ponder, how might these very targeted migration strategies in the UK end up shaping the global competition for talent? not just here, but for other countries chasing the same skills in the next few years. Something to think about. Until next time, keep exploring.